I may have stopped you for running a stop sign. You may have just robbed a bank. Guess what you're thinking? You're thinking that I know you just robbed a bank. Here, I'm sauntering up there to the car, thinking I'm going to talk to you about this stop sign. You're thinking, oh my God, he stopped me for this bank robbery. I can't go back to jail. I'm pulling my gun out. As soon as he comes up, I'm going to shoot him. We see a lot of videos with this whole advent of dash cam videos. We actually learn from our own mistakes throughout the country. We see when officers do approach on vehicles, we see officers get killed. We make those teaching moments, and we teach our officers how to safely approach a vehicle. You may see an officer walk up to a vehicle, and you may see him pop down the one safety mechanism on his weapon, because we have, I'm gonna tell you how many we have to get the weapon out, but it's more than one. But we may just pop one off just to let us bring it out faster if we need to bring it out faster, okay? You may see an officer rest his hand on his gun. Just like I'm right here, you may see him rest his hand on his gun because I want to be quick enough that if you do pull something out, that I can either back up and be able to draw on you, okay? That's the reason why we want to see your hands on the steering wheel. If I tell people all the time, if I can see your hands, then I know you can't hurt me. It's the issue when we have...
It's a matter of safety for
right.
you.
It's the issue when we have guys that put their hands in their pocket when we approach them, and you'll notice that when that happens, the first thing an officer wants to do is talk about is take your hands out of your pocket. Because see, I'm alarmed because you got your hands in your pocket. And remember what I just said, if I can see your hands, you can't hurt me. And if you are now resisting to take your hands out of your pocket, that tells me something. Why is he not taking his hands out of his pocket? There would be two reasons why. He may have a gun in his pocket, or he may have drugs in his pocket. Either one of those scenarios is not a good scenario for us. So before I can even get a dialogue with you outside of taking your hands out of your pocket, you need to take your hands out of your pocket before we can go any further. Because what I said to you is that if I can't see your hands, you're probably going to kill me. And so when we walk up to the car, we may stay real close to the car, because again, we don't want to be standing out away from the car where we can easily be shot. Okay, so we're very, very officers sensitive when we walk up to a car. Let me show you something real quick as what else we do when we walk up to it, when we're watching you and we pull you over. You're the driver in the car. One of the things that we're watching back there is we're watching the movement. That's why we don't want you moving around when we come up there. We're watching this, we're watching that, we're watching this. See all the shoulder movement we're watching, we're wondering, what are you doing? A lot of times you have people that are actually hiding a gun, pulling a gun out, stashing dope. Best thing I can tell you is put your hands up here and you here. As you walk up to the car, you turn and you look at us, and if he says license, registration, proof of insurance, you tell the officer, it's in my glove box. Can I reach in the glove box and get it? Sure you can. Then you reach. A lot of times what you'll see citizens that do this. As the police officer pulls the car over, the citizen's getting out of the car and walking back. That alarms the officer right away, because I haven't even got out of my car yet and you're already coming back towards me. A lot of police officers get killed sitting in their car. So right away, when you start to get out of your car and come back, you'll see an officer jump up real quick out of his car and say, get back in the car. Get back in the car and sit down. See, we can't even talk about anything else until you do that, because now you got me alarmed, because now you're out of your car real quick. What's going on there? So there's a lot of reasons why we walk up to the car, the way we walk up to the car, and why we stay. Sometimes you may not see us right up here on the car with you. You may see us back here.
Or you might come to the opposite side.
Or you may see us on the opposite side approaching. A lot of times we do that. Well, a lot of times we do that also because of the fact that, believe it or not, a lot of us get killed by other cars running up beside us and killing us. A lot of them come up beside us and kill us. Because what happens when they see the flashing lights, they just get all disoriented and they start drifting over. Next thing you know, they're clipping the officer, knocking him straight up in the air. So a lot of times you'll see the passenger side approach. It throws the driver off, and we want that sometimes to throw you off because you're always thinking we're coming up on this thing. But you'll see us really close to your car right here. And you'll see me not coming over this much of your window, you'll see me right here. And I may have my hand here, and I may just talk to you like this. And I may take everything with one hand. I don't want to start taking things with both hands because now my gun hand is now occupied with documents. So you may just see me taking documents from you. You may see a flashlight here while I'm taking documents for you. It's not that we don't trust you, it's just that I don't know you. And I don't know, I don't know what's going on with you. You may be wanted. You may have been in front of a judge last week that says, if I see you in front of me again, I'm going to put you in jail for 3 years. I don't know that. Now you're scared because you know that. And by the time I get back to my car and run you, I'm going to know that. So there's a lot of things that can happen in that short period of time.